Only 9 months ago, the new CX-5 stormed into the scene, combining traditional Mazda strong suits like good looks and excellent handling with a big dose of luxury. Now the 2018 model year has rolled around, and Mazda has surprisingly added even more standard equipment to every trim level. This is the Grand Touring model, but this review will cover all the other trims as well. So on this chilly 12-degree morning, let's see if the 18 CX-5 has gotten even better. We would like to specially thank Paul Miller Mazda for inviting us out to come and film this review. If you would like to find out more information about their dealership and massive inventory of new Mazdas, then check the video description for both their physical and web addresses. Every CX-5 comes with Mazda's corporate key fob, but advanced entry is not on the Sport. Like always, we'll start off the video by checking out the powertrain. Under the hood, the engine on all CX-5s will continue to be the 2.5-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder engine. In this application, it makes 187 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. Mazda has been promising a diesel model, but as of this video, it still hasn't arrived. All trims come with a 6-speed automatic transmission and standard front-wheel drive with the option of all-wheel drive. Now there is one important change for 2018, and that is a new cylinder deactivation system. This allows the vehicle to shut down 2 of the cylinders when at cruising speed to maximize efficiency. And Mazda is the only automaker to offer this on a 4-cylinder in North America. Naturally, that increases the fuel economy for 2018, now rated at 25 city, 31 highway, 28 combined with front-wheel drive, and 24 city, 30 highway, 26 combined with all-wheel drive. That sums up what's new under the hood, so now let's check out the exterior. For 2018, Mazda changed some of the equipment, but they haven't changed the styling. That means up front, all models will continue to have Mazda's newest U-shaped grille, with a thick chrome border on the bottom side and black mesh on the inside. It flows right into the headlights, which are LED across every trim. The Grand Touring has a little bit fancier arrangement with auto-dimming high beams and adaptive front lighting. And at the very bottom are LED fog lamps on the GT only. Moving on to the wheels, Mazda has upped the level of standard equipment. These great looking 19-inch contrast alloy wheels used to be standard only on the Grand Touring, but now also come on the Touring. The Sport continues to have 17-inch dark finish alloys that also look quite nice. For brakes, you have 11.7-inch ventilated discs in the front and 11.9-inch solid disc in the rear. And the tires are all seasons. Coming up to the mirrors, all CX-5s have body-colored power adjusting mirrors, with the extra addition of heating and turn signals to the Grand Touring. I know it's hard to see them, but these are the blind spot indicators that are newly standard across all 3 trim levels for 2018. Backing up here, the CX-5 is 179.1 inches long, which for reference is a little shorter than the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. I think the design makes it look longer than it really is. More importantly though, the CX-5 is one of the safest vehicles out there, achieving the highest distinction of a Top Safety Pick Plus from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. They also expanded the availability of their active safety technologies to standard on the Touring and up, and available on the Sport. The tech included in that is auto high beams, lane keep assist, radar cruise control, automatic emergency braking, and rain sensing wipers. So the CX-5 actually has 2 different tank capacities, 14.8 and 15.3 gallons depending on the drivetrain. With the added efficiency, the fuel range rises to 414 miles with front-wheel drive and 398 miles with all-wheel drive. Going around to the back, it carries on a lot of the sporty flair from the front. I can actually see plenty of Miata inspiration, particularly in the taillights. They all carry the same basic design, but only the GTs are LED. And rounding out the look are dual chrome exhaust outlets on every trim. In regards to towing, the CX-5 can handle 2,000 pounds, which is the standard affair for the class. You do have a standard rear spoiler, but roof rails can only be had as an extra dealer accessory. That's it for the exterior, so now I'll jump into the warm cabin. First looking inside, it hasn't lost any of the wow factor yet. The interior looks very upscale, particularly in this almost white color scheme. The color is actually known as parchment, and the Grand Touring could also choose black for the standard real leather. Dropping down to Touring gets you suede and leatherette seats in black or silk beige, and the Sport is black cloth only. Turning to the door trim, it too has luxurious materials. The armrest and the area above it are all stitched leather, and even the top part is padded with stitching. All 4 windows are auto down, the driver's is auto up. This being the Grand Touring means we have the 8-way power seats, which fall to 6-way on the other 2 trims. 2-person memory seats are also included on GTs. The leather itself is very soft and supple, and honestly, it wouldn't be out of place in a luxury car. Looking around the cabin up close, you can see that the premium looks are backed up by premium materials. The entire upper dash is all soft touch plastic. And in the middle, you have a leather strip. There is some decent looking fake wood, and all the other plastics are also padded. Finally, there is contrast stitched leather on the side where your knees might touch. To start, press the standard button. Once you do, this 7-inch display quickly boots up on all models. It is a touchscreen. The gauges have a sporty Miata-like 3-part design, with the last part being a large multifunction display. It can cycle through all the typical stuff, including the expanded safety systems. To go along with that, our GT has a heads-up display that comes in the premium package. Right now it's set for only the speed, but it can show other stuff like navigation directions. Every CX-5 comes with power-assisted rack and pinion electric power steering, and this leather-wrapped wheel is now standard on every trim for 2018. These buttons are for the audio, phone, and display, and the other side is for the adaptive cruise control. The wipers are now rain sensing on touring and up. The wheel does manually tilt and telescope with heating on the GT Premiums. Of course, storage is one of the most important aspects, and the CX-5 excels. After I get the tray out of the way, there is plenty of space in here with some felt lining. There are also 2 USBs and a 12-volt outlet. You've got some deep cup holders, and then in the front, a really deep pit. And it also has its own 12-volt outlet. This year, all models now get the leather-wrapped shifter. It can, of course, be shifted manually, but there are no paddles. When you shift into reverse, the standard backup camera appears on every model. While we do have distance markers, there is no trajectory even on this top-of-the-line model. There is also a button for the 1 Sport mode. And further back you have an electronic parking brake and brake hold feature, both nice features for this class. This knob next to it is for the Mazda Connect system. Now let's sample the Grand Touring's 10-speaker Bose sound system. I really like the sound of this system. It's well balanced and doesn't have any harshness. Next up, we have the climate control, which is dual zone automatic on the Touring and above. The temperatures can be adjusted separately through these knobs. And overall, it's very easy to get used to, since all the buttons are in one spot. In addition to that, 3-stage heated seats also come on all but the Sport. And there's the button for the heated wheel. And that brings us to the Mazda Connect system. So let's take a quick look. This is the home screen with 5 simple sections. Starting off in audio, I have my phone connected through the standard Bluetooth. You can easily control the functions on this screen, like playing and pausing songs. There are a ton of other audio sources, and they're all listed here. aux and USB would be available to select if I had something plugged into them. Next we have communication, which is what other automakers call phone. You can easily access a list of your contacts synced over from your phone. Now we'll move on to navigation. This comes on Grand Touring and Touring models with the preferred equipment package. It's fairly responsive if the map does look a little dated. One last thing I want to mention is that neither Android Auto or Apple CarPlay are included yet, but Mazda has said that when they become available, owners will be able to update. That's all I'll cover in this video, but if you'd like a more detailed look, including a deep dive into the settings, then check out our dedicated Tech Help video. A link is provided in the description. Grand Tourings have an auto-dimming rearview mirror, with universal remotes built in. The Grand Touring also has this power moonroof. It opens pretty wide, but there isn't a panoramic option like a few other competitors offer. So overall, the cabin of the CX-5 is extremely impressive, and it really stands out in the class. Among the 4 best sellers, this is definitely the most luxurious cabin. Rear door trim materials are definitely the best in the class, with padded leather reaching nearly every part of it. The back windows are power, but not automatic, and there's a little storage down below. Now as far as space is concerned, the CX-5 is rated at 39.6 inches of legroom and 39 inches of headroom. That's above competitors like the RAV4. But it will also be a bit below the Honda CR-V. The seats themselves are extremely comfortable. Down in the center, you will find climate vents on touring models and up. The other controls are found in this armrest, with cup holders, these really nice 3-stage heated rear seats, and behind that is a storage area. It also has some smart charging USBs on Touring and Grand Touring. Up top you have some lighting, a nice headliner, and an assist grip. Like I said, legroom is better than most in the class, and that shows behind Drew's position. I have plenty of space for both my legs and feet. Sliding over, despite it being all the way back, I still have enough space to be comfortable. Overall, the CX-5's rear seat is shockingly nice. Most in the class offer good space, but lack the premium feel and features. However, the CX-5 definitely delivers on both fronts. It truly feels like a luxury SUV back here. After you get out, you can fold the seats 40-20-40 split. Just use these handles or the ones in the trunk. The liftgate is power on all Grand Tourings, or optional on the Touring. Once it opens, you'll find a below average 30.9 cubic feet behind the second row, and a maximum of 59.6 cubic feet. Like I said, that is below average, but for those of you needing to haul things every once in a while, it'll be perfectly fine. Here's the lever to fold the seats from the cargo area. As you can see, the loading floor is pretty flat. The passenger seat is 6-way power adjusting on Grand Touring with a premium package. Materials in front of the passenger are exceptionally nice, with lots of leather. The glove box is also dampened, felt-lined, and illuminated. Passengers also get this leather strip for your knee to rest on. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed watching the first in-depth review on the 2018 Mazda CX-5 Grand Touring. Stay watching for a quick overview of the pricing, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.